Hello, this is the Northern Redneck and his wife Lori Riel coming to you right from our house. Gonna ask Eddie a couple questions and see if we can get some answers. The first one is, what have you been doing with yourself lately?
Practicing. Kind of working on some new stuff, some new material, new songs. I'm still in the game. I had to go through the grieving process of losing a good friend of mine, which is I'm still going through that, but I'm not completely I'm not losing it. But yeah, that's definitely was a pretty heavy hit. But I'm still on the guitar. I'm still doing things, but yeah, it's kind of what I'm doing right now. Trying to gear up for the upcoming show, which I have decided that I was going to dedicate that whole show, that whole hour, to Paul Randall and his memory and his life and his friends and family, and just because he was such a big friend of mine, a big fan of my music, and just such a great friend. That was one of the things that kind of brought me and Paul together was the music. It's kind of what was the initial connection right there, and I feel like at this point, being that the wound of losing him is still pretty raw, that this would be one good way, kind of like a last goodbye to him. Although I don't think I'll ever say goodbye to Paul, because he'll be right here forever. So yeah, that'll be April 25th at the Luthier's Co-op in East Hampton, Massachusetts, at 108 Cottage Street. If you knew and loved Paul, if you were friends with him, if you're family, this is definitely going to be all about him more than anything else. And incidentally, that venue was the first place that Paul ever went to see me play. So, and he saw a few shows there.
And that's from 7 to 8 p.m.
Right.
And what's going on with your hand? If you want to put that into the camera view up in your chest, I can take a look at that.
It's falling off from old age. I've got carpal tunnel.
Can you lift it up for the camera? There you go.
I don't like that thing at all, but so far as I can tell, it's only been on a short while. It seems to be helping when I play, and if I can avoid getting my wrist cut open for a while, that'll be good. Yeah, it's a little strange. I feel like I got a spoon in my palm. I guess if I get stranded in the woods somewhere, I can kind of pull it. It feels just like a spoon in there. I don't really know what that is. Some kind of hard thing in there. Kind of gets in the way of the guitar neck.
I think it's a thin piece of like aluminum.
It may actually improve my technique on the fretboard. But if I'm ever starving in the woods, I can just pull that out and I'll have an instant utensile. I almost said you testicle. Why would I be thinking such?
Oh my goodness.
But anyway, yeah. So.
What kind of songs do you think you'll be working on for the show? Will it be like songs that Paul liked and?
I'm gonna try to do that. See, the problem with those songs is I haven't played them in so long. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna do.
Like a few, and then some of the new stuff.
Yeah. Well, it's only an hour slot, so I've got a lot of new stuff that I want to play. And he had voiced to me a week before his passing that he had seen a video of the Ding Dong song, and he really, really liked that. So I got to do the Ding Dong song regardless of who's in the crowd. But I think I'll save the Beaver song. And
Are we doing South Street?
I'll be doing South Street, yes. a lot of newer stuff. Probably a place for me, meant for me, drinking late, things like that. Maybe Sugar and Spice. And Now and Forever. Old Guitar. That was one of Paul's favorites. That from what I remember of Paul, he liked Old Guitar was like that was like the holy grail with what I do for music that he liked. After that, I think it was
There's two other ones I know he liked, and that one was Now and Forever.
Now and Forever.
Sticks and Stones, he really liked that one too.
Yeah, and he really liked that other slow one that I do. See, I can't even remember the names of these doggone songs. Never Ends.
Yes, he liked Never Ends.
He really liked that. That's a family-orientated song, and that's kind of...
I know one other one he liked that you may or may not be playing, and I can also post that on your timeline in case you don't play it for the show, and that was So Much, the song you wrote when I was in the hospital having surgery in 2013.
Yeah.
So even if you don't play that during the show, I will share the video of the song. And I don't think we have that one recorded yet, do we? That might be something you might want to put on your next album.
I don't think so. I've got that. See that? Well, that's another thing. Like you asked, what I was working on to tell these folks. That is another thing about what I'm currently doing is, or what I was doing before I kind of lost it over losing Paul's. Just losing Paul in general was just like, wow. I mean, it's hard to imagine. It's already almost been a month, but it just feels like it was yesterday. That's what I was working on, was trying to get a lot of this stuff recorded on WAV files and M4As and things like that to have those ready to go for making these records, either singles, compilations, or
albums.
Well, yeah.
They still call them albums.
They still call them albums?
They do. They still call them albums. You can have 7 to 10 songs or more.
It's come a long way from albums. From what I gather, I'm being told CDs are even dead now.
Each song though is
downloads.
still available. They're still available as singles at any point. That doesn't take it away, And I know the industry is all about, singles, selling a new selling single, the hit single.
I'm all about getting one recorded and just popping it out there because I'm happy it's done, so people can hear it and selling it for $1.
How is that process actually? I know how it is myself to help recording and all that, but I mean for you to actually do it and actually put the different multiple tracks down that you need per song, depending on what you're going to be doing, percussion or guitar or vocals.
It's a bitch. It's hell. No, actually, it isn't it? I guess it all depends on the day. It's like anything. It's like that's like asking somebody. How's your job? How's work? Because even though this is I do it for fun and because I love it, it has an essence of a job about it. And on certain days, I just feel like, I don't even want to do anything. But I love the finished products. I always like that. I like knowing that people are waiting for it and people are digging it. That's because that's why I do it, because I dig it. But recording it's a tricky thing. It's I don't really add a whole lot of stuff on my recordings. I don't go with a whole bunch of multiple tracks. If I gotta add a second guitar track or something, or I do it in 2 tracks, because I'm a big fan of trying to do it in 1 track. I'm old school. I like to get the mic in the right spot, get everything right, and just acoustically blow it out like you would hear it live, or if you were sitting in front of me in a room. And the best way where I feel comfortable doing that is to just sit down with the guitar like I'm at a campfire and just sing these songs. Problem being, with that, you run into problems of not being able to get an even mix of guitar and vocals, and you can't really do anything about it once it's done. It's either you turn it up or down, and so that's why recording is gone to the whole multiple track thing. You go in, you play your guitar track, you go in, you sing your voice, and you add whatever else you want to do, you know. Sing and dance and shake your shaker, beat the drums, whatever, you know, however big your band is or how big that composition, how many different sounds you want in there. Because you can take each one and manipulate it. But for me, I find it to be more of a pain in the ass because, you know, I play from feel. It's all from the heart. It's all from the soul. And it's great to play a guitar track, but I want to sing so damn bad, you know, but you can't do that. You know, you just got to, because, you know, unless you're plugged directly into something, then you can do that. But then you got to go back after it and sing to what you're hearing in your head. And, you know, it really changes things up a lot. I think I lose a lot of feel. Sure, you can get a better sound in the voice. Me and my lovely assistant, wife, manager, promoter, whatever she does for me, which is basically everything. You know, she's a big part of everything. We fight about it a lot because I'm just like, frick it, you know, let me just do it, and, you know, what the hell, it isn't going to be perfect live every time anyways, because it's not, you know. We're not using $1 million gear, you know. And, you know, you're basically at the mercy of whatever you're playing through, and you do the best you can.
I like to record the separate vocal track as opposed to the guitar track to kind of give a different view of where your vocals can actually go, which I don't even think you realize it sometimes until you're actually into it. And when you're with the guitar, it's a comfort zone for you. And I bring you a little bit out of that comfort zone to see how much your vocals have evolved when you're listening to your guitar track, and I think that's pretty amazing. And when I hear it back and I can adjust the levels differently, it's like, wow.
You just like to torture me. That's really all
I like
that
to
is.
see what the best of what the best product can come out of it.
Yeah, our recording sessions get pretty nasty sometimes. It's funny. I mean, we love each other and all, but man, you wouldn't want to be here. It gets pretty hot. But yeah, I mean, that's how it gets made. But no, I understand. You're right. You're absolutely right. That's a good thing.
I think that's pretty good because we're 12 and a half minutes into this, and
You are.
yeah.
Jeez, you didn't even badger me that bad.
Nope.
So yeah, I hope to see a lot of you guys on the 25th, 7 to 8, Luthier's Co-op, 108 Cottage Street, and for the Northern Redneck Eddie Riel solo acoustic show. It's an hour of original stuff. I may pull off some covers. I don't know. You never know what's going to happen at my show. I may sing, I may dance, I may roll around on the floor and take my clothes off. No, I'm not going to do that. But it's going to be dedicated to Paul Randall, very dear friend to me, and who is no longer with us. But I'm sure wherever he is, he's going to be smiling. So, be safe and enjoy this nice weather coming up. Peace.
I'd also like to send another send out too to all your friends that are other northern rednecks out in Goshen, Chesterfield, Williamsburg, Haydenville, Cummington, Ashfield, and Plainfield, and so on. So a shout out for all of them too. Anybody who knows multiple friends of Eddie's that are not on Facebook, which there's a lot of them that are not on Facebook, send this message out and spread the word out there.
Yeah, because it's going to be kind of a monumental.
And I do know
show.
Ashley and Amber will be seeing this, so they can spread the word because they're out there too.
And for all you people that can't get there, there will be video and audio outtakes of the whole thing.
I'm going to try to do an audio, possibly Spreaker, because it's probably the better one of the two as opposed to the other program that I used before. So.
But it's not the same as if you're there hanging
exactly.
out with us all. And were you going to put together something at the East Hampton Diner after? Is that what you were planning on doing?
Yeah, we'd like to
Like
get
an
together.
after show?
Yeah, because after your show, a band comes on afterwards, 2 other bands, and to get to talk to people and sit down with them, maybe have a coffee or a soda over at the East Hampton Diner after 8 o'clock. We'd like to get our gear and head over there, and we can all just sit down and talk and have
Well, we also come back here and have a gathering here with close friends too. So.
But that'll be later.
That'll be later. So it'll be a good night, and I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully my robotic hand here shapes up before then, or I'll be doing an awful lot of grimacing and talking and dancing and telling jokes and just rolling around, taking my clothes off. No, we're not going to do that. Anyway, all right, so I'll see y'all. Peace. You better get out of this.